Make me an instrument of peace. Where there is hatred, let me sow love. Where there is injury, pardon. Where there is doubt, faith. Where there is darkness, light. Where there is sadness, joy. Grant that I may not so much seek to be consoled as to console, to be understood as to understand, to be loved as to love. For it is in giving that we receive, it is in pardoning that we are pardoned. This is my prayer for peace.
I learned early that the richness of life is adventure. Adventure calls on all faculties of mind and spirit. It develops self-reliance and independence. Life then teems with excitement. But we are not ready for adventures unless we are rid of fear. For fear confines us and limits our scope. We stay tethered by strings of doubt and have only a small, narrow world to explore. William O. Douglas.
When you go to nature, go singly or with kindred spirits. Nature requires no talking, no reciting on your part. We only need to listen, to observe, to be receptive. Unknown.
From garden to garden, ridge to ridge, I drifted enchanted, gazing afar over domes and peaks, lakes and woods, and the billowy, glaciated fields. In the midst of such beauty, pierced with its rays, one's body is all alone of one tingling palate. Who wouldn't want to be a mountaineer? And now we're singing River on page 70. I was born in the path of the winter wind, and raised where the mountains are home. The springtime waters came dancing down. I remember the tales they told, the whistling ways of my younger days, too quickly have faded on by, and all their memories linger on like the light in the fading sky. River, take me along in your sunshine, sing me your song ever moving and winding and free. You rolling old river, you changing old river, let's you and me, river, run down to the sea. I've been to the city and back again. I've been moved by some things that I've learned. Met a lot of good people, I've called them friends. Felt the change when the seasons turn. I've heard all the songs that the children sing and listened to love's melodies. I felt my own music within me rise like the wind in the autumn trees. River, take me along in your sunshine, sing me your song ever moving and winding and free. You rolling old river, you changing old river, let's you and me, river, run down to the sea. Someday when the flowers are blooming still, someday when the grass is still green, my rolling waters will round the bend and flow to the open sea. So here's to the rainbow that followed me here, and here's to the friends that I know, and here's to the song that's within me. Walk away quietly in any direction and taste the freedom of the mountaineer. Camp out among the grass and the flowers of glacier meadows and craggy garden rocks.
A community is the mental and spiritual condition of knowing that the place is shared, and that the people who share the place define and limit the possibilities of each other's lives. It is the knowledge that people have of each other, their concern for each other, their trust in each other, the freedom with which they come and go among themselves.
When we learn how to become resilient, we learn how to embrace the beautifully broad spectrum of the human experience. Jada DeWitt.
Nothing makes the earth seem so spacious as to have friends at a distance. They make the latitudes and longitudes thrill. And now we will sing The Happy Wanderer on page 32.
Yahoo!
I
Love to go wandering along the mountain track. And as I go, I love to sing my knapsack on my back. Valderie,
Valderie,
Valdera,
Valdera,
Valderie,
Valderie,
Valdera, Valderie, Valdera,
Valdera.
my knapsack on my back. I love to wander by the stream that dances in the sun. So joyously it calls to me, come join my happy song. Valderie,
Valderie,
Valdera,
Valdera,
Valderie,
Valderie,
Valdera, Valderie,
Valderie,
Valdera,
Valdera.
my knapsack on my back. Wave my hat to all I meet, and they wave back to me. And blackbirds call so loud and sweet from every greenwood tree. Valderie,
Valderie,
Valdera,
Valdera,
Valderie,
Valderie,
Valdera, Valderie,
Valderie,
Valdera,
Valdera.
my knapsack on my back. Overhead the skylarks swing, they never rest at home. But just like me, they love to sing as o'er the world we roam. Valderie,
Valderie,
Valdera,
Valdera,
Valderie,
Valderie,
Valdera, Valderie,
Valderie,
Valdera,
Valdera.
my knapsack on my back. May I go a-wandering until the day I die. Oh, may I always laugh and sing beneath God's clear blue sky. Valderie,
Valderie,
Valdera,
Valdera,
Valderie,
Valderie,
Valdera, Valderie,
Valderie,
Valdera,
Valdera.
my knapsack on my back.
It is enough that I am of value to somebody today. Hugh Prather.
A person practices the art of adventure when they break the chain of routine and renew their life through reading new books, traveling to new places, making new friends, taking up new hobbies, and adopting new viewpoints. Wilfred Peterson. And now we will be singing Country Roads on page 20.
Almost heaven, West Virginia, Blue Ridge Mountains, Shenandoah River. Life is Mountain mama, take me home. Country roads. I hear her voice in the morning as she calls me. The radio reminds me of my home far away. Driving down the road, I get a feeling that I should have been home yesterday. Yesterday, country roads, take me home to the place I belong. Colorado, mountain mama, take me home. Country roads, take me home. Down country roads. Yes.
We live in a wonderful world that is full of beauty, charm, and adventure. There is no end to the adventures we can have if only we seek them with our eyes open. Jawaharlal Nehru.
An adventure is only an inconvenience rightly considered. An inconvenience is only an adventure wrongly considered. Chesterton.
The adventure evoked a quality of his character that he didn't know he possessed. Joseph Campbell. I think adventure's in each of us. It starts with a spark, a curiosity, a wondering, and it begins when we begin dreaming about it and thinking about it and then making plans to step toward it as we step out into that adventure in the world. And here at camp there's so many adventures. There's mountains, there's rivers, there's horse trails, there's climbing, there's sleeping out under the stars for the first time. And there are adventures at home. There are adventures in places in which there's unknown. And adventures are fantastic to go on when we're by ourselves, but I think they're even better when they're shared. Camp started as an adventure. Sandy and Laura with their dream of creating this space, creating this opportunity for children and adults to come, to find their space, to find their place here, and then set off. And even coming here is an adventure, an unknown. And each of us came here for the first time. And in that first time, our eyes were big, we were curious, maybe a little nervous, a little anxious, some butterflies. I think that's part of adventure as well. It's not bursting through and ignoring or forgetting those anxieties, but it's learning how to take each step forward and work through them and understand that we're capable, we're competent, we're able to seek out and take new steps into new adventures and new spaces. And in the process we learn and we grow. And by doing that together, we have shared experiences, shared stories, shared memories. We build relationships with ourselves, with each other, with the earth. And that opportunity to go on an adventure is so rich with those takeaways. And I think each of us can find adventures no matter where we are. And that's a challenge we all have, is to not be lax and be comfortable and just be get used to what we know and what is familiar. But to every day, and in all sorts of opportunities, look for ways to seek out new adventures, try something new. It could be reading something that you've never read before and not sure if it's, wow, that's a big book. It could be planning a trip. It could be stepping into something new and different. And as we do that, we continue to grow, and we continue to grow our curiosity, our understanding, our awareness of ourselves, of the earth, of new topics and new areas that were unknown to us until we made that first step. And I think that's the power of adventure as well, is that it begins with that first step, one step after another. And each time we take those steps, we get a little further along in our adventure. So I try to, and I hope to do it better and continue to seek adventure. And I think each of us can find ways to stretch ourselves, stretch our understanding, gain a better understanding, learn, and share those experiences with others, and build our relationships and our connections with each other, again, with ourselves and with the world around us. And so I challenge each of us to step into a new adventure, a little anxious, maybe a little nervous about it, but with an inspired spirit that gets us to make that first step and the next step and continuing on through and completing that adventure, to be able to look back, appreciate, and be in awe of what we've done and where we are after having stepped into it. And then, hopefully, looking on to our next adventure, appreciating where we've been, what we've done, and looking to see what we can do next. All in the manner of learning, expanding our sense of wonder, our curiosity, and our awareness of each other, ourselves, and the world around us.
Nothing is simple and alone. The breathing mountains, the living stones, each blade of grass, the clouds, the rain, each star, the beasts, the birds, and the invisible spirits of the air. We are all one, indivisible, nothing that any of us does but affects us all.